This is an ABP Live Podcast.
Guys, welcome to another episode of Bollywood Binge and Beyond with me, Niharika Nanda. And today I have a very special guest with me, someone we must already know. He is the one and the only Adarsh Gourav. Hi, Adarsh. Welcome to Bollywood Binge and Beyond.
Thank you, Niharika. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
It's a pleasure of mine as well. And for all my audience, let me tell you. So, Adarsh has been doing a very interesting project, and that is exactly what we are going to talk about today, which is known as Desi Down Under. It is an Audible series, which is an absolutely audio series for all of you to hear on Audible. So, Adarsh, can you tell us a little about what exactly is Desi Down Under and what all is packed in this entire audio series?
Sure. Yeah, it's a show which is about three friends. They hail from a small town in Mangalore, and in order to sort of fulfill their passion, they travel to Bondi Beach in Australia, where they train to become lifeguards.
Okay, wow.
The show is full of adventure. It's full of friendship, a little bit of romance, a lot of drama, and a lot of comedy that comes out of situations and miscommunication. I think it's a beautiful show, and it's the second time that I'm collaborating with Audible. And I had the opportunity to work with amazing actors and talents like Taaruk and Prajakta, and with Mantra, of course, who's a legend.
Right.
And I was just so excited to be part of such a unique story and such a great show.
That is amazing. And you said that this is your second time working with Audible, which means that you've also done audio before as well.
I have a little, yes.
Right. So transitioning from a video personality to more of an audio personality, what kind of a change did you experience?
I think it's just a very different experience, right? Because when you're working on video, there's so much external stimuli that you have, right from the people to the location to everything. Everything in film is a stimuli, but when you're working in audio, it's literally you inside a studio in front of a mic. So it could be very daunting, but I think Mantra is just such a phenomenal director, and the Foley sounds that he had. The Foley sounds that he had recorded by going to Australia made everything so alive. So even if you close your eyes for 10 seconds and listen to the headphones, you actually get transported to Australia when you listen to the waves crash on the shore and the seagulls and these people talking in like a Melbourne accent playing cricket. It's a very immersive experience, and it's very different but very beautiful.
Right. And did you guys sort of had to catch on to the Melbourne accent, or were you sort of keeping it low and keeping it more like an Indian English accent only?
We didn't have to really play the accent because all three of us, our characters had come from Mangalore.
From India, right.
We are very new to Australia. It's not a place that we know anything of, and that sort of the comedy comes out of there, right? Like the being like an alien species or like in a new country that you know nothing about. You don't understand the language, you don't understand the culture,
right?
And along the journey, you sort of meet these people and you try to understand these people, and it just takes you on such a beautiful journey.
Right, that is amazing. And how was the experience of romancing Prajakta Koli over the period of the series?
Yeah, Prajakta's character Meenu and Deven, they are two people who've been friends for the longest time. But through the journey of them being in Australia is when they realize that they have feelings for each other. And there are feelings that they perhaps always realized were there, but they were too scared to address it because then it just complicates the relationship.
Very rightly said.
So it was very organic. I think Prajakta is a very easy person. She's a very giving actor. So even to get to know her was so easy. Like the first time I met her, I already felt like I have known this person for a very long time.
Okay, that sort of builds up the comfort level to, I think, 100.
Yeah. It just, instantly we opened up to each other and we started telling each other stories about where we come from and who we are. And then it's just a matter of believing what's written, believing the literature that you've been given, and then just staying true to that.
Right. That is great. And this whole sort of experience of working together with Taaruk, Mantra, Prajakta, how was it? Like, what kind of a environment was there on the set while you guys were recording? How was the whole thing?
It was super light. Yeah, it was. I mean, part of the reason why I chose to do this was because I was coming off a very big like Kho Gaye Hum Kahan was like a long film.
Right.
So I just wanted to do something where I didn't have to like really feel stressed about work. Honestly, this was just like a nice lunch party, you know, like going and recording and eating good food during breaks and like just like talking about life and sharing stories with each other. Taaruk and me have known each other for a while.
Right, right.
Just like going on a picnic with friends and like
Catching up with friends.
yeah, and that's exactly what I wanted it to be.
Right. That is great. And the whole thing, like, you, as you said that you you were right now coming from a bigger project like Ho Gaya Hum Kahan,
Yeah.
and even initially, the fame that you got through White Tiger, firstly, congratulations on that. And like talking about your previous projects a bit, what kind of an experience was it, the entire reception that White Tiger got?
Yeah, what what happened with White Tiger was insane. Like it's not something that anybody can ever plan or sort of imagine.
Right.
I think it's just opened up really new doors for me in terms of like an actor, and sort of helped me get to places and sort of helped me meet these kind of writers and directors that I would always want to and desire to work with.
Right.
And it's given me the right kind of access and empowered me as a creator in the way that I've always wanted. So I feel that's the essential difference that it's made.
Right.
And yeah, it's so much fun to be working in all these different formats, right? Like one day you're working on camera and then the next day you're in a studio doing an audio show. It just like it's challenging, but it's also refreshing and it keeps you like on your toes all the time as an artist. Makes you
That's
feel
what I was going to come to, like from the White Tiger, Mom, Kho Gaye Hum Kahan, to Hostel Days, which is an OTT, and now to Audible. How
yeah.
has this entire journey sort of been, and what has been your favorite medium to sort of work on?
I think I enjoy all of them, but it's just like it's great because like all your senses are constantly stimulated. Like
Right.
when you're part of like different mediums, you're and it's like the reason why like I at least I choose to act is because like I want to be like challenged and I want to like constantly feel like I'm doing something new all the time, because
Right.
very refreshing about that. Don't want that sort of mundanity or that monotony to set in into your sort of like work life. So I feel like when I work across like different mediums and I collaborate with different creators and actors, that sort of really challenges me and pushes my boundaries as an artist.
Right, absolutely. And you also get to see newer versions of yourself that you have not gotten to explore beforehand as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What a time to be alive for that, I would say.
The best time to be alive, Niharika.
Absolutely. And any funny or memorable moments from the sets of Desi Down Under, something that, really struck a chord, anything of that sort?
I think it was just there was a very funny moment where Prajakta and me, our romance like sort of culminates into a specific moment, and how we created that moment was hilarious. It was really funny. So
Okay.
yeah, if anybody, I think Prajakta told me that somebody has a video of it, and like after taking Audible's permission, I really want to put that video out. Like it's really interesting.
Right. So did Devane and Meenu sort of have a friend zone moment as well, or was it like completely from friends to a couple within seconds?
Yeah, as I said, like that sort of undercurrent of like having feelings for each other was always there. But it's just like skepticism about, oh, what will happen if I address this?
Right,
Because
right.
like you don't want to ruin that friendship. You don't want to complicate that. And like oftentimes we've seen like friends who've been like, best friends for a very long time. Suddenly like one guy is like, hey, you know what, like I've actually liked you all this while. And then
Right, exactly.
it's things. So I think the fear of that sort of holds both of them away from confessing their love towards each other. But when they do, they find it incredibly liberating.
Right.
And
That
they
is the
find
case with a
themselves.
lot of people out there these days. Like we see so many memes and such content on Instagram that is so relatable to what you are saying right now.
Yeah.
So if you were in real life in that kind of situation, what would have been the case with you?
I would have confessed to my friend. I would have told her. Or
So
him.
that's the advice for all the guys out there. Go and do the deed.
One life, YOLO.
True that. True that. And so, again, just going back to one of your projects, you had the privilege of working with the legendary Sridevi ji in
Yeah.
Mom, and that was such a massive project before she left for the Heavenly Abode. So, how was that like?
It was beautiful. Working with Sri ma'am was really, really beautiful. She was an extremely um private and reserved person. But when
Mm,
she found out that I spoke Telugu, and I remember the first day when I went on set, the scene that I had done with her was where right after coming out on bail, I just cross her and I say
mm,
good morning, ma'am.
mm,
And when I did the scene, she asked Ravi sir, the director, who I was, and she spoke to me, and she was just such a simple, humble human being. And sometimes it's really hard to even like process the fact that you won't get to see these people anymore. People you've
right.
sort of just grown up watching. And my dad was
Mm,
actually a very, very big Sridevi fan.
mm. I
Yeah,
think it would have been
regrets
quite
being able to make him meet her.
right.
Yeah.
That is actually great, but I would say that you should consider yourself that a privileged person that way, because
Yeah.
your dad was a fan of her, and you had the privilege to sort of work with such
Yeah.
a legend of Bollywood
That's true.
and the film industry in general as
That's true. Yeah.
well. Okay, so let's end this conversation on a musical note. You are also a trained singer, so would you like to sort of hum a couple of lines of any of your favorite songs for us?
Absolutely not.
Why? That is not done.
My voice is, I have a sore throat since the past 2 days. I don't want to sound like,
Just a couple lines, one or two would also work.
yeah,
Please.
respect her. Yeah, please.
Your fans want to hear this side of you as well. Do it just for them. Ek do lines bas.
No,
Any song in this entire world.
I'll sing Mujhe Tum Nazar Se only, since like that's a song that I did with Lisa and that's more relevant right now.
Right. Sure. Not a problem.
नजर से गिरा तो रहे हो, मुझे तुम कभी भी भुला ना सकोगे, न जाने मुझे क्यों ये यकीन हो चला है, मेरे प्यार को तुम मिटा ना सकोगे, मुझे तुम नजर से.
So lovely. It doesn't even feel like you have a sore throat. And that's the beauty of your talent, I would say.
Thank you, Niharika.
Thank you so much for joining me today, Adarsh. And all the very best for Desi Down Under. I'm sure the people are going to love it left, right, and center.
Thank you so much.
All the very best. And thank you so much.